In this video, we'll be creating and viewing reference connections to artifacts in a Zuken DS-E3 repository using the Syndeia Cameo plugin in the Syndeia 3.6 release. This continues the workflow demonstrated in video 32.1. From the Connection Manager tab, we can create reference connections between existing model elements in two different repositories. We open the active SysML model in Cameo on the left and DS-E3 at ICACS on the right. Set connection type in the middle to reference and drag and drop an artifact from one side on top of the other. For example, the power supply block on the Power BOM item. Artifacts in any two repositories can be linked by reference connections. I can swap out the SysML model on the left for a Team Center repository and create a connection between the same item in DS-E3 and an item revision in Team Center. I can view the connections I have made in the Connection Browser and Connection Search tabs. Under Connection Browser, I can see the connections either in the SysML model tree or the DS-E3 model tree. Displaying the two reference connections I have just made. If I right-click this connection, I can open the Team Center interface, assuming I have access, directly to the connected element. If I select the power item itself and select Compare Source and Target, I generate a difference table under the Comparison Result tab for both connections. DS-E3 and Team Center are both version-managed repositories, and the reference connection is version-sensitive. If the element has been updated in the DS-E3 at ICACS repository since the connections were made, both lines in this difference table would be red, indicating that the connections were no longer pointing to the latest version of Power. Similarly, if only the version of the Team Center item revision had changed, then only that connection would turn red, because the connection was no longer pointing to the latest version of the Team Center item. I could choose any or all of the connections, and right-click either Sync Source to Target or Target to Source to update the connections to point to the latest version at both ends. The same functions are available from the Connections Search tab, with all connections in the Syndeia project shown as a flat list when the Get All button is clicked. Video 32.3 in this series will demonstrate creating, querying, and updating model transform connections to DS-E3 elements through the Syndeia Cameo plugin.